Hey, Steelers Nation. We're back with an exclusive video packed with the latest updates on our beloved Pittsburgh Steelers. Before we dive in, make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any exclusive updates or exciting Steelers news. Joe Burrow's journey took a surprising turn, one that shook the NFL community and set the stage for a new chapter in both his career and the storied history of the Pittsburgh Steelers. In a move that left fans in disbelief, Burrow, the Cincinnati Bengals franchise quarterback and a player who had established himself as one of the brightest young stars in the league, signed a 3-year deal with the Steelers. The news, which broke late into the offseason, ignited an array of reactions across the league. Experts and fans alike couldn't help but be stunned, given the fierce rivalry between the Steelers and Bengals, which has spanned decades. Burrow, known for his calm demeanor, laser-sharp precision, and a knack for performing under pressure, was now set to don the black and gold, joining the ranks of one of the NFL's most iconic teams. For those who followed Burrow's rise to prominence, it seemed like the kind of story that belonged in the pages of NFL history. From his Heisman-winning season at LSU to leading the Bengals to Super Bowl 56, Burrow had quickly become a symbol of resilience and leadership. His ability to thrive in tough situations and elevate his teammates around him was undeniable. But the question on everyone's mind now was how he would adjust to wearing the uniform of Pittsburgh, a city whose football culture has been built on its defense and hard-nosed style of play. Pittsburgh's reputation for producing quarterbacks who can both read the game and execute under duress was already legendary, with names like Terry Bradshaw and Ben Roethlisberger etched in the annals of NFL history. And now, Burrow was about to follow in their footsteps. The Steelers, for their part, had made no secret of their desire to find a quarterback who could continue their legacy of excellence. With Roethlisberger's retirement leaving a significant gap, the Steelers had been in search of a leader capable of leading them back to championship contention. While some speculated that they might look to the draft to fill the void, the signing of Burrow immediately silenced those doubts. The decision to bring in Burrow was not just about securing a top-tier quarterback. It was a statement. It was a declaration that Pittsburgh wasn't content with rebuilding. They wanted to win now. Burrow's contract, a 3-year deal, was structured in a way that offered the Steelers flexibility while providing Burrow with significant financial security. The deal was front-loaded, ensuring that the star quarterback would be well compensated in the early years of his tenure, while also giving the team the room to make adjustments as they built around him. The structure of the deal showed a clear intent. Pittsburgh was not just making a short-term move. They were investing in Burrow's future and the team's future with him at the helm. The team might require a bit more patience. Would the Steelers' offensive line, which had been inconsistent in recent years, be able to provide him with the protection he needed to showcase his talents? One thing was clear. Joe Burrow's arrival in Pittsburgh immediately raised the stakes for the entire AFC North. The Steelers, with Burrow at the controls, were no longer a team in transition. They were contenders. The dynamic in the division shifted dramatically. The Bengals, who had relied on Burrow to lead them to success over the last few years, would now have to adjust to life without him. Burrow's departure was a bitter pill to swallow for Cincinnati fans. But in the NFL, loyalty can sometimes take a back seat to business decisions, and that's exactly what had happened here. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the Pittsburgh Steelers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. For Pittsburgh fans, the signing of Burrow felt like a fresh start, a new beginning, but also a sense of continuity. The Steelers' defense, which has been one of the league's best for years, remained largely intact, with stars like T.J. Watt and Minkah Fitzpatrick still anchoring the defense. Now, with Burrow leading the offense, the Steelers were in position to compete at the highest level. The pieces were in place, and all eyes were on the team to see if they could put it all together. As training camp opened, the city of Pittsburgh buzzed with excitement. Fans packed the stands, eager to see their new quarterback in action. Burrow, who had been known for his composed demeanor, didn't seem fazed by the magnitude of the situation. In interviews and public appearances, he exuded confidence, though he also made it clear that he was taking nothing for granted. He was aware of the expectations that came with wearing the black and gold, and he seemed determined to rise to the occasion. His calm approach to leadership was already making an impression on his new teammates, many of whom had watched his rise from afar. Burrow had the ability to rally his team when things got tough, and that was exactly what Pittsburgh needed in the coming years. One of the most interesting aspects of this move was how it would impact the Steelers' identity. Pittsburgh had long prided itself on a defense-first mentality, but the signing of Burrow signaled a shift. The Steelers were no longer going to rely solely on their defense to win games. They now had a quarterback who could take over a game and carry the offense when needed. Burrow's poise in the pocket and his ability to read defenses made him a dangerous weapon, one that could make Pittsburgh's offensive force to be reckoned with. With Burrow in charge, the Steelers would be aiming not just for playoff contention, but for a Super Bowl. The AFC North was becoming more competitive by the day, with teams like the Cleveland Browns, Baltimore Ravens, and Cincinnati Bengals all vying for dominance. But with a quarterback like Burrow, Pittsburgh was poised to take control. The rivalry with the Bengals, which had always been intense, would take on new dimensions now that Burrow was wearing a Steelers uniform. Each game between the two teams would be must-watch television, with Burrow facing his former team in a battle for supremacy in the division. As the regular season approached, anticipation reached a fever pitch. Steelers fans were ready to embrace their new quarterback, and Burrow was ready to lead them into a new era. The pressure was on, but Joe Burrow was no stranger to pressure. He had thrived in the spotlight before, and now he was facing the next big challenge of his career. Would he be able to live up to the immense expectations that came with being the face of the Pittsburgh Steelers? Time would tell, but one thing was certain. The NFL had just become a lot more interesting with Joe Burrow in black and gold. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the Pittsburgh Steelers, make sure to subscribe to Steelers Nation Central and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.